Hey guys, what's what's going on? It's your boy, the Mad Kiger, and back here today with another sort of update on what's been going on and what I've been playing recently, and some stuff like that. I want to start off by saying that unfortunately, a couple of weeks ago, my mum passed away, so that's probably why I haven't really been active that much. Um, so, but I'll probably be back home next month after the funeral. So, hopefully, end of March, May, April time, things will start to be back to how they were with the channel. We'll try and do some more videos and get back into the PlayStation 2 collection and stuff. It's been quite hard doing things lately, just trying to keep busy and stuff like that. And everyone's struggling in their own ways. um it does hit you every so often, um but again, it's best not to dwell on too many things at the moment and just try and keep on doing what you're doing. And obviously when you need to grieve, there will be that time, of course. It's been a tough time and stuff like that, so I just thought I'd start off by saying that. That's probably why I haven't really been active that much. I have got a few new things that I picked up recently, um, and a few games that I've been playing. I did manage to beat both Rise and Shadow of Tomb Raider. Um, Shadow of Tomb Raider, I think, was last month's game, and I beat Rise of Tomb Raider, and I enjoyed Rise of Tomb Raider quite well. I was a little bit kind of like, I did like the idea of having this sort of survival element to the game where you have to craft stuff and level up and things like that. My biggest gripe though is that the sort of open-ended part of the game didn't really seem like it was necessary. It was like, you can do this stuff if you want to, but at what cost? You know what I mean? All it really did was give you a bit more backstory and XP and maybe some new weapons here and there. And I enjoyed Rise of Tomb Raider, um, and I enjoyed the campaign. I enjoyed it. It's nice that I've played all three of the new Tomb Raider games now. However, Shadow of Tomb Raider, oh boy. Um, I know a lot of people had some gripes with Shadow of Tomb Raider, and a lot of people said that the Shadow of Tomb Raider game had some problems. And I want to start off by saying that Shadow of Tomb Raider, in terms of gameplay, it worked pretty well, and the story was good. Some people sort of felt like the story was a little bit touched on too much, and weren't really nothing special. I don't really think that was the case. I thought the story was more traditional as a Tomb Raider thing, um, like an apocalypse style thing, with the tribal people and stuff like that. I enjoyed the story. I enjoyed it, and the gameplay. However, this is where it gets funny, because Shadow of Tomb Raider, in my opinion, didn't actually add much to what Rise of Tomb Raider had. It changed a few things a little bit, made the game a little bit more smoother in certain things, and obviously there were some slightly new, different sort of gameplay mechanic, like the rappelling, using the axe to rappel and stuff like that, and climbing on certain types of rocks and things. And I did like the setting for Shadow of Tomb Raider. It was more of a traditional setting rather than in the snow area that the Rise of Tomb Raider had. It felt more like a traditional Tomb Raider game. The Again, with the open world parts, I think Shadow of Tomb Raider actually had less of the open world parts, because the open world parts in Shadow of Tomb Raider you could only really do in the towns, when you're in the main town areas, and there's like 3 different main town areas you go to, and that's where you can do like side missions, you can explore, find challenge tombs and stuff like that. But I'm going to be honest with you, I actually didn't do any of that. I did like one side mission, that's it. um, and I just sort of felt like, to me, that sort of like, you go through this one action phase, end up in a town, you have that sort of down moment to sort of talk to people and look for things, buy what up, merchant stuff, sell stuff, things like that. And yes, you can fast travel back and forward to those places if you want to, but again, I just didn't feel like I needed to do that. I just wanted to beat the main story, keep moving forward and standing around in a town where you can't, there's no sort of fighting or anything like that. Um, just a bit of exploration just didn't seem that great. It didn't really seem like it needed that much to it, I guess. My two biggest gripes were two glitches. Now, at first, I thought it was the controller because I picked up a new PlayStation controller and I thought, oh, is it because it's a cheap controller, it's not working properly? But that's not the case because I've been playing Overwatch and I'm playing another game right now and I had no problems whatsoever. The first glitch was the camera would do this weird shake thing where it would just spin around really fast. At first I thought it was a controller, but no, this happened a ton. And I looked it up online and some other people have had this similar problem on things like even PC and stuff. And there was no explanation to why it was happening. And it would happen in so many different variation parts of the game. It would happen when I'm doing climbing segments, which made it even harder. Underwater, the underwater segments were the worst because you'd be underwater and it would do a spin thing, and obviously you're trying to move forward, and you need to find the air breathing sections and stuff. And it would also happen during combat as well, which it even happened to me during the final boss fight, and it was so annoying because it would just do it so often. Another gripe that I had was with the climbing segments. There were many times where you're doing this climbing segment, and like in the old Assassin's Creed game, when you want to jump up and your character would just jump off. That would happen quite a bit in the game, and I'm thinking to myself, again, is it the controller? But it wasn't, because how could it have been the controller? Because if it was the controller, I'd be having the similar issues on other games. And even so, that makes no sense. How come it would only not work on Tomb Raider, but other games it's fine? I have no clue. And it was really getting to annoy me quite a bit because, when you're trying to progress and you're doing simple things like trying to grapple onto an area and it's not doing it, and especially in the part where you've got to keep moving or else you die, it was so annoying because you want to jump up and it would jump down or jump to the right, and you're like, why is it doing this? And I don't understand how this game had all of these glitches but Rise of Tomb Raider had no glitches. There were a couple of times in Rise of Tomb Raider where maybe I didn't make the jump on time, but 9 times out of 10, if I didn't do it the first time, when I did it again, it would work. So maybe I might have messed up a little bit. On this game, though, it just kept happening, and it was really, really annoying. It was getting to the point where I just didn't want to continue playing, but I stuck with it and I beat it. I'm a little bit disappointed that Shadow of Tomb Raider doesn't really have any extra modes other than the challenge tombs, maybe DLC, maybe. But it would have been nice if, because Rise of the Tomb Raider actually had like endurance mode and some co-op mode you could do, but Shadow of Tomb Raider doesn't seem to have any of that. I just feel like Crystal Dynamics sort of brought out Shadow of Tomb Raider because they just wanted to finish the story. And nothing more. They could have put a bit more effort into maybe increasing the games, some of the things you do. And one thing that sort of confused me is all these skills that Lara Croft learned in Rise of Tomb Raider. Why has she got to learn them again in Shadow of Tomb Raider? It's not like Shadow of Tomb Raider is its own thing. It continues on from Rise of Tomb Raider. Again, one of the bosses in Shadow of Tomb Raider, I don't want to give a spoiler away, but I'm like, why didn't you actually end up fighting him instead? And it's like, it was a good game. It had a nice premise to it. It had some cool elements, and it is worth playing if you do like those sort of action adventure games. But because of those glitches and stuff, it made it so frustrating. A couple of new pickups. I finally got myself a 4K Blu-ray player. I don't have it with me, it's at home. No point having it down here, so I don't have a 4K TV to plug it into. Now, I know I have an Xbox Series S. An Xbox One S. And I know that does play 4K Blu-rays, but again, when I tried to play a 4K Blu-ray, it weren't working properly. So I just wanted to, just go out of the way, just get a normal 4K Blu-ray player. This one that I got is an LG one, and it's also region free, so I can play region 1 to 6 DVDs as well. I don't know about Blu-rays, but a lot of Blu-rays nowadays are multi-region anyway. I actually been trying to get back into watching some more movies and stuff, so I'll probably end up doing quite a few movie reviews in the future as well. I also picked up the Dad's Army box set as well. I seen that in Tesco's for £15. I'm a bit pissed off that not many shops are open at the moment, but hopefully if things go well in the next couple of months, we might be able to do a proper pickups video, and might go to Birmingham or something and have a proper look around. But I did get one game from Asda for £18, and that is Star Wars Squadrons. Now, I'm going to be honest with you, I wouldn't have brought this for the normal asking price when it first came out at 40 whatever quid. Now, I'm not the biggest fan of flight games in general, let alone first person flight games. But I decided for 18 quid, I'll give it a try. And I'm actually playing it right now. And actually, I'm actually surprised at how fun this game is, and actually how decent it is. You know, this game sort of came out of nowhere because nobody really knew about this game. We knew about Battlefront 2 and we knew about Jedi Fallen Order. But this game just was announced, and then within the next couple of months it was out. Again, a lot of the gameplay is in multiplayer, but there is a single player campaign which I am playing. And I've got to say, I'm actually enjoying it. When I looked at the controls and it said I've got all these, you know, being able to convert power and stuff, I was thinking, oh, is this going to be like a really high-tech simulator? But it's not. It's actually pretty decent. A lot of people were hoping that this game would have been like Rogue Squadron on the GameCube, you know, an arcadey experience, but this is actually more like the X-Wing versus TIE Fighter games back in the 90s and early 2000s on the PC. And it actually is pretty decent. Now, fair enough, EA have done 3 main Star Wars games over the past few years. We've had the boots on the ground Battlefront games, you know, which were kind of like a good combination of everything. You had lightsabers, you had blasters, and you had space stuff. And then we had Jedi Fallen Order, which was a single player driven lightsaber game, and now we have a flight game as well, and it's actually fairly decent. I normally don't care for flight games, but after playing this one, maybe I might try out some more ones in the future. Of course, the PS4 version comes with the VR version as well. I might try out the VR version at some point in the future. But if you are looking for a flight game that isn't overly complicated, that is pretty fun, and you like Star Wars, definitely try this one out because it's actually not too bad. So yeah. But I thought I'd just do a small little update and let you know what's been going on recently. Again, I'm not too sure on what's going to happen with pickups and stuff like that. Hopefully, maybe we might do a pickup video. I might go to Birmingham one day and just have a look around. And stuff like that, and obviously I'm actually quite happy that I finally have a proper 4K Blu-ray player, and because it's region free, it also upscales my DVDs as well, which is great because I don't think the Xbox One does that, upscale DVDs and Blu-rays. I think it only plays, I think it's native 4K, not true 4K as well. So of course want the best quality for looking at stuff. I've still been watching Disenchantment with my brother. We've on season 3 now. I'm actually enjoying it. It's nice to, you know, catch up with some of these old shows that I started but never got around to finishing. And also been watching Parks and Recreation, which again is actually pretty funny. It reminds me of The Office quite a bit. I think it's made by some of the same developers of that show, or promoters, whatever you want to call them, producers. But I'm enjoying it. So yeah, I'm going to be down here for till maybe mid-March time anyway. So we're probably looking at end of March, mid-March, we'll be back home and things should hopefully be going back how they were. It's been a bit of a hard time lately, but I just want to keep updated and trying to do what I can. There are some temptations to buy more stuff, but I'm trying to be a bit more sensible at the moment, not just going out and blowing money. I'd rather go out and have a day out and have a look around rather than just buy stuff online. You know, maybe if there's a game on sale or I see something on Amazon for a decent price, I might go, okay, I'll get that. But other than that, it's nothing, you know, bags of games like it used to be. But anyway, guys, I hope you have been keeping well and stuff like that. As always, if you enjoyed this little video, feel free to leave a like and comment below. Let me know what you've been playing recently. Let me know if you played Star Wars Squadrons and what you think of it. Let me know if you played the Tomb Raider games. Let me know if there's any other games that I should definitely check out. If there's anything on sale on PS4 at the moment that I can buy. But I've got plenty of other games to play in the meantime. And as always, subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you to all the new subscribers. And hello, how are you doing? But as always, have a nice day and I'll see you in the next video. Take care and bye-bye.